Goodbye, baby, on the treetop. When the wind blows, my baby will rock. Never come between a doggy and a tree. I sometimes say to her, thank you so much for being in my life. Thank you for coming into my life. Thank you for wanting to be in my life. I appreciate everything about you, and why you wanted to come into my life always shocks me every day. You want to get down, don't jump. You're too small to jump. So welcome everybody. Boom, get that camera set up. Welcome. I am waiting for Benisal Agua. I ordered 40 cases. It's actually better than Pana Agua, to be fair. And I did a taste test. Absolutely beautiful. It's in the only problem is from the north to the south. Soon as it gets down here and the south takes over delivery, it's basically just throw the dice and good luck to you. So I've been waiting. Well, to be fair, not been waiting, but I have for 3 days. I've been working very hard, but been on the lookout for the delivery. And yeah, I mean, if I ran a business like that, I don't think I'd last 6 months. But somehow they manage these folk. Very strange. You'd thinking now, 2025 we're in, you'd think that the van driver would have a phone and that you could just give him a quick call and say, hey mate, how long do you think you're going to be? So we've been let down 2 days in a row, full of excuses. Absolutely dreadful aftercare service, aftercare service, the service that should be done right now. It should have been done 3 days ago. So yeah, I don't feel stuck here because I'm busy working on a collection of natural citrines, so I'm going to do a video on that shortly. So everything's cool, really. Sorry, I look a bit scruffy today. So other than that, yeah, working hard. Tonight I've got the podcasters, the Amish Inquisition. Great lads, and we should have a right good chinwag. Hope you enjoy it. We start tonight, I don't know what time, I think it's about 8 o'clock, something like that. But it's on the lives under here, so if you click on live, Mark Bajerski, you'll see that it's coming up. So that should be a real interesting chat. I guess I should highlight all of these beautiful crystals. There's got to be between 4,000 and 5,000 euros in here of crystals. There's some absolute corkers. And if you want to buy a raffle ticket, all donations go to the Richie Allen Radio Show. It's a £5. So how do you buy them? Well, it's not really a raffle ticket. You get something for your money, which is great, which is a Mark Bajerski ebook. So if you buy an ebook, if the ebook's a £5, that means you've got a raffle ticket. You can actually buy audio books, which are around about 10 or 12. So if they're 12, then I'll give you 3 tickets. Don't worry about it. But yeah, that's actually going quite well. I thought it'd go better because I thought, wow, there's so much beautiful stuff there. And there's going to be other prizes as well, as I always do. Runners-up prizes, of course I will. But I sometimes wonder to myself, should I just send the money? Should I just sell them and send the money directly to Richie Allen? Sometimes I wonder. It's probably going to be easier and he'd probably have more money. But I kind of want everybody to participate in it, not just for that, but to participate in Richie Allen's radio show. I want you to be involved. I want you to know that you are what keeps the show alive. I mean, did you watch Dr. Vernon Coleman last night. Did you listen to Richie Allen radio show last night? You know, this is, I can't really explain how many bullshit podcasters there are out there, and how very little genuine podcasters and radio shows there are out there. You know, we have to keep this alive. And I get so much, I get a wealth of information, not only from Richard, which gives you an absolute grounding. You know, you might not always agree with him, but at least he's grounded. And you know what? I'll tell you something as a fact. There's been times that I've gone, and I look back now and think, he was bloody right. He was bloody right. And I've told him, I've said, you've got an acute sense of, you've got a bullshit monitor. There's been people that I've said to him, you know what? I think he might be a good guest. And Richie never says anything, just gets on with it. And then a year or 2 or 3 years later, I'm going, you are a pretty smart guy. You are, without you knowing, you're quite attuned, mate. I would say you're very attuned, because I actually fell for the bullshit. I actually really believed that that person had good intent, and maybe he did at the time, but true colours show eventually. You can't lie forever. You can't bullshit forever. It comes out. You eventually get caught. You eventually get caught one way or another, and you can't act. And that's what I like about Richard. There's no acting. You know, he is genuine, and the guests that he has on, well, for me, it's fantastic. And I'm lucky enough to go on the show every now and again, and I always love doing it. And I always get butterflies as well. Always a good sign. So we're one step closer to the blend of the healer. It's been a roller coaster, this one. This has been probably more intense than sacred oil. Yeah, it has. Because this one is very important to me. Very, very important because of the physical, what everybody's going through right now. The poisoning, whether it's from above, whether it's from the water, whether it's from the non-foods, and so on. I just think that this plays an important role right now, and I want to get the right remedy. I want to get the right detoxification energy and the right Mother Nature recipe so it works. I was having a conversation with somebody yesterday. I've got to be honest, I'll be truthful. I've made about 6 different mixtures thus far. The one that I feel is the most potent is actually worrying me a little bit, because when I used it, I started to detox really quickly, and I could feel the phlegm coming out and my nose running. I'm like, this is pretty amazing, but my worry is that the world might not be ready for something so strong, and they would look at it like, oh, MOLDAVITE, this is terrible, look what he's done to me. And it's like, the reaction would be, this is the oil's fault, rather than actually, to be fair, I don't think anybody really wants to detox. And if I said to you, okay, how are you feeling? Feel great. Well, what if I said that inside your body really maybe struggling and needs to detox? And maybe if I gave you rub this on your chest and here, and you breathed it in, and all of a sudden that night you start to feel a bit fluey, and you start to detox, and you start to What? I don't want that. I don't want that. Yeah, but detoxing is really important because all of that phlegm, all of that stuff coming out of your mouth, all of that yellow stuff is basically your body working to clear it out. And for some reason, whatever oils that you've used is stimulating the process. Just like when you drink parasite tea, some people start to get a really bad stomach, and it really messes. It can really make you headachy and terrible because it's clearing the parasite out. It's clearing it out, and that's the detox effect. So I came to the thought is it's not worth it. So I'm looking at something in between that doesn't cause an instant detox, but slowly clears out of the body what needs to be cleared out, as well as the full healing process within the oil. And so for physical issues, it heals the heart, clears the mind, again, detoxes nice and slowly where it comes out of the body, one way or another. Breaks down a lot of things that are stuck. It will repair a lot of issues with joints, and there's so many things that this oil hopefully will help with. And it's funny because when I had a clear chart when I started this, I had a clear board, and I started meditating on it and started trying to try to see things. And a lot of the things on Golden Relief was very similar. There was a lot of similar things. Like the first thing that came up was mentha and peppermint, and that was really interesting. Lemon came up, and orange came up, which is also in there. Silver, I saw a lot of silver coming into it, and I saw gold. So there was things that, like, there is a lot of similarities, that is for sure. But I also saw this this wood, and I quickly wrote it down, and it was Aragar, A-G, Arga wood. And I saw a single drop, and I thought, oh, that's okay. I wrote that down. I thought that was okay. And I started looking into it, and sure enough, there was something called Araga wood. I'd actually spelt it with, I spelt it A-R-G-A-R, and then I'd put wood, and I got the spelling a little bit wrong, but that came up, and I thought, oh yeah, a drop. And then you realize that when you start doing the research, which took me about 4 hours, that it's really hard to get, and a lot of it is basically fake. It's diluted junk. It's not the same stuff. It's from other trees. And to get the real McCoy, just a little bottle like that can cost you anything from 4 to 7,000 euros. So now you're looking at, you're trying to understand how this is all going to work. So it's been a long process thus far, and I'm probably, maybe I've got another 70. I'm up to 70% on working on the oil. I've sent some out for people to try, healers, and we're going to see where that goes. But other than that, everything's pretty cool. I don't want to rush into anything. I want to make it the best oil I can, and I want... Right, I've got to go, guys. I'll speak to you soon. That might be my delivery. Still on. That's the water company. Yay! He's here in 15 minutes. Sorry about that. He's here in 15 minutes. So that's great. So all in all, got my new water coming. Can you imagine how excited I am? I've got new water coming. Yes, that just shows you how boring I am. Anyway, I am wishing you a lovely day, guys. If you want golden relief as the original golden relief, you'll have to go to the websites that are on there. So you type in golden relief and you'll see all the websites that come up. I don't sell it anymore, guys. So, and it's a beautiful mix for sure. One of the most beautiful mixes in the world, which is actually called Blend of the Healers. But mine, well, no, it's not. It's called Golden Relief, and mine will be called Blend of the Healer because I absolutely believe it will be a blend of a healer, and I hope that you will appreciate it. And that's it, really. Nothing else other than that. I shall crack on and maybe see you tonight for a beautiful podcast with the wonderful, I don't know if it's just one lad or all of the lads, but it should be an interesting chat. We're going to talk about many things that are happening right now. These guys are very informative and lovely guys. Really, yeah, should be a great chat. Afternoon, and oh, there's a butterfly that just fluttered by. Can't beat that. Take care. Bye, everybody. Ciao.